Hello there, welcome back to Najd. Last time, well, we had a war against Swahili, where we took quite a lot of provinces really, and we'll most likely continue on, to some extent, the same road. Also concerning the fact that we still have an amazing amount of gain in terms of cash. We're earning 30 ducats a month, with basically full on army and all that. So we'll be upgrading with some mercenaries to most likely declare war on Karakonlu. Since they're still alone, or are alone now, we'll be taking Basra and using it to release Iraq, and then, well, we'll be aiming to grow Iraq up to basically as big as we can, and then hopefully we'll be able to take them in and next them sometime down the line. So we'll see how that turns out. If we can make things work. The war with Najd is still going on pretty well. Shouldn't actually be, or we shouldn't actually meet any problems there. Same with over here with the show war, so we'll simply sit by and see how it goes. We can upgrade our military attack, and we'll of course do that. Military attack is plus 0.5, and a whole point of land morale is pretty damn good. Should boost my army pretty good, or pretty much a great deal. Really bad choosing my words here, but yeah, it'll boost my army to some extent. And we're currently in a little bit of a pickle, I guess you could call it, in show here. There are rebels that have become and also enemy troops, and we should potentially go up and deal with these guys. So we'll be finishing these sieges, and then we'll be making some moves on. So we'll see how that goes. It's time. Najd is actually giving me what I want here, so there's no problem with making a peace deal. We'll be sending the demands, and with that we've also grown our nations here pretty much. I'm a little bit too bad that you can't actually sell anything in. Are they actually? No. The war, I'm starting to wonder if they were actually hostile against me. But yeah, I'll be selling these two Bamanis, these two, pretty much straight away, I think. And we'll be growing Bamanis pretty much a little bit more. Probably by taking these 3, 4, 5 provinces or something like that. There will be a coalition, I think, or coalition in this area against me. But I should be fine even so. So we'll see how it ends up turning out. Time has come for more or less make peace. I did make a peace deal with Chapa, which was basically for one of the Khmer provinces. I'll be doing a peace deal with Ayatollah now, which will be giving me 2 more of the provinces that I need for Khmer. Now the only one they're missing is this one. I'm a little bit unsure if I can actually hand these provinces over to Khmer, but I'm a little bit. I kind of think no. So I'll be marching my guys back home to, in this case, Ming. And as you can see, I'm having some problems here with an amazing amount of rebels, so I can still get what I want, that's not a problem, but even so I still just had to get my guys home, and then we were basically set here. So this is the we'll be going for. We'll be taking a lot of the westernmost provinces, and then basically I'm trying to limit the battlefield here, and also trying to connect these areas here so I can actually walk between them, so I don't actually have to be reliant on ships. So I'll go for this deal. And with that, we have grown Ming substantially. We are more or less now starting to look a little bit better, but there's still far to go before we are done here. So we will be continuing, and we'll see how it turns out. Also, I forgot that I can actually get some admin tech up here, and that is great. We'll also try to see if we can sell both the provinces to Bamanis. I do doubt it though. So hopefully I can sell this one as well, since I do have a claim on it. But as I said, I wouldn't actually count on it, but we'll at least try. Well, I could actually. That means that as long as they have at least a claim, I can hand over 2 provinces at a time. So that's pretty good actually. And also we will be continuing here with hopefully taking this one, and also vassalizing these guys. If that works, I think I can take basically use these 2 as my vassals that I will be using for taking down with Najd. Even Bengal. We'll have to see how we'll actually go ahead and move this. But for now, show is basically going down. We are more or less in a position here where we will be starting to cause some issues here. There are also some rebel problems that we definitely have to deal with, but they're not really that what shall I say important at this point. So I'll be moving these guys. I'll actually move these guys back to the Indian area, where they will be put to use. And I'll also, I think, now as I can, since I actually gotten rid of the provinces that I wanted to, I can declare war on these guys. We will be declaring war and take Basra, and the goal of this is basically just to establish ourselves again, take out Iraq, and grow Iraq from these guys here. So we'll see how that turns out. It's actually quite good. I can declare war on these two and at the same time bring in king or queen, or I still don't know how to pronounce it. I do apologize, but 1581. Well, I should have declared war then a while ago, but yeah, I'll have to kick out these rebels before I do anything else. That is first priority, kicking out the rebels, and then we'll start conquest on other parts rather than just here. So we'll see how that goes. But for now, it seems that I should move these guys up north to back up. So we'll see if I can get that done. Seems like the Ottomans have gotten themselves into some kind of trouble here. Also, Genoa, Switzerland, Lithuania, Bohemia, Poland, Muscovy, France, and Aragon are the list of wars they're fighting in. And this Polish crusade against the Ottomans, and also the Ottoman conquest of Kaffa. So potentially this could screw over the Ottomans to a point where even I could make an upset here. Actually, in terms of just taking a Syrian province and trying to recreate Syria is more like what I'm thinking. And if I'm capable of pulling that off, we would be able to get ourselves some provinces for free. And that is very definitely a possibility if I play my cards right. So we'll see how this turns out if the Ottomans get fully sieged, and also military-wise how much their army is depleted. They have 44,000 men right now, which is scarily enough more than I can handle, even if I go full mercenary. So we'll see if possible, that I can actually use them to my advantage, so to speak, and actually make an upset by, for example, using mercenaries, getting my troops back home, and then declaring war on the Ottomans with the goal of actually getting what I want, which in this case would be I only want Basra. Which in this case just would be a Syrian province that I can then use to release Syria and then grow Syria from the Ottomans. That could actually work out pretty damn well. So I'll have to consider that. It is definitely a possibility. I'll go one here over the limit, should be fine, and I'll also split off any other things. So there we go. So yeah, we'll be keeping troops here. In the case of us actually declaring war, it's actually not that likely anymore. It seems they have gone for peace deals with everyone. They do have a Regency Council, and they are actually allied with Algiers and Najd. So let's see here. If I were to declare war, I'll simply have to wait for the late December to see how things would actually turn out, or how it would go. I don't have a casus belli. I have to get rid of that military access. Najd, Algiers, who will actually join me in this? No one. So I'll have to wait. But for now, that did look as a viable option. So if I'm lucky and these guys end up in a war with, or anyone ends up in a war with the Ottomans again, it is possible that I will try and take the moment, so to speak, and use that to my advantage in declaring war on them, trying to take their lands and so forth. So we'll see how we'll actually play, and if it becomes a viable option in the near future. But for now, I have to deal with these rebels here. We'll most likely go for Shun. I'm still trying to get this goddamn colony set up, but I'm always distracted while I'm doing it. So I'll be sending these guys down there now to simply kill off the annoyance, which is the natives, because they destroy it every time. So I'll be sending these guys down, as I said, to kill them off, and then we will be using that to our advantage in terms of growing ourselves. So we'll see how this goes. This is actually quite interesting because, as far as I can see, they are Shun patriots, but they are actually Mai, as you can see here. They're Ming. They're like Ming. So as you can see, I can possibly support these guys, and that'll boost me, so we can try them at least. It doesn't hurt. I have a lot of money, so it's fine. And if I'm lucky, I'll be able to make some gains from it even. So hopefully we can do just that. But for now, I'll have these guys replenish, and then we'll be going after Shun again. I guess it's time for another war, this time against Shun. Hopefully these rebels will actually work as I believe they will, which actually will be handing all the lands over to me. Unfortunately, I do not have a casus belli, which I very usually haven't had in the last time, but it doesn't really matter. It'll hurt all the way over to Karakonlu, but I should be fine even so. So we'll go ahead and boost that one up a little bit, and hopefully we can now take what we want here. I'll split these guys up, and we will be sieging and trying to fill up some of the holes here. I'm a little bit unsure if Queen will join in, because I can't actually remember if... no, it seems they won't. So it should be fine. How many troops do they have? Very little. So splitting out my guys up over here will be enough. It seems like the Horde is actually will have declared war on them, so I might actually have to declare war on the Horde again to actually start getting things done in a manner of speaking. So we'll see how or if that is something I'll actually be forced to do. Time to make peace with Shan. Unfortunately, just 3 provinces this time. They're actually quite expensive, the ones that I chose, it seems. So as you can see, 56% and 20 and 18. So not that really that expensive, but still, it's a gain. So I can't actually complain. Also, the Horde have taken another Ming province, so to speak. So war with them is very much in the cards. I will be taking those 3. I'll also be declaring war on Qing, or King, or whatever you want to call them, with the intention of taking Chengde, Liaoxi, and Shandong, and then by Beijing. I have no idea if I actually have to take all this before, but if I have to, I'll probably use Ming for that too. I'm a little bit uncertain how long it will actually take to annex these guys now, concerning the amazing amount of base tax they must have. So we'll see how it all plays out. But yeah, I forgot to say, we will be declaring war on Qing now, once we get my diplomat back. And yeah, I will be focusing mostly on eastern lands when I don't actually have any, well, opportunities to do anything in the western lands. Yeah, I'm still waiting for off of vassalization, still waiting for a chance against the Ottomans. I won't actually do or take a how should I put it, a aggressive stance here and how to deal with this. But for now, I'll have to wait till Vinagya actually feels like leaving that conversation. So we'll be boosting relations with them. So I'll be waiting another 3 months, and then we'll be declaring war on Qing. So in that time, I can get my troops into position, and we can get everything ready and rolling, I guess. So we'll see how it turns out. I decided that thanks to rebel issues, I had to transport another 12k men from home, and I should potentially have just allowed Ming to remain Confucian, because the trouble aren't really worth it. And we'll be declaring war here. It doesn't really matter that stability drop. So yeah, we'll be trying to take Shandong and Chengde, and we'll probably take Liaoxi and Liaodong as well, simply to try and grow Ming a little bit extra, but also to make sure that I could take my Beijing back as well. So that's the plan. We'll see how it all plays out, as it were. Also, for those of you who might be a little bit confused why I lost 2,000 ducats, or over 2,000 ducats, it's simply because of the fact that I decided to start building some temples to boost my own base tax, and thus be able to potentially vassalize. It's one way, I guess you could call it, that you can vassalize people through sheer economic power, and that is sheer force. That is a lot of sheer force. This could get interesting. They actually have a lot of troops. What do we have? About, yeah, they actually have, that's 50,000 man army they have. That's impressive. I think we'll stick to the borders for now, and then attack them. I think we can actually attack them without too much trouble. They are also being tech, after all, as shown by the yeah, this should work out just fine. I'll have to figure out where they're leaving or going. They'll probably go to Vesulia or something. So we'll be trying to hunt them down and see if we can pull that off. I can pull off some diplomacy attack here, and I think that's pretty good. Naval morale increased by 0.2, maintenance increased by 20%, and we can now build some new type of ships, which also is good. These guys are going actually down south, it seems. So I'll be trying to follow them and hopefully do at least some damage to their armies. We'll see how. We'll see how and if it works out. That is a bad thing. That could potentially mean the Ottomans are plotting a war against me, which means that the army that I have currently standing up here should do this. Yeah, I'm placing 5,000 men on each of these, because if they attack me, I will be scorching land and trying to basically get their attrition, war exhaustion and things like that up, in order to hurt them to the point where we'll not be able to screw me over too extreme or big, or basically I'm trying to limit the possibilities of them screwing me over. So we'll see how this goes. This is kind of annoying. Ming is running home. There are no rebels at home other than these guys who are in exile. So that is kind of weird. I would have thought that Ming would now carpet siege, even though they decided to not stick to the stack that I gave them. So that's kind of weird and annoying. But I'll try to hunt down this army, and then we'll see if we can figure out something. It's also quite ridiculous that an army that is retreating will actually get morale. Actually quite a good increase to morale, which also makes well, basically this gives larger countries a bigger advantage, really. I know it was a I guess it was a move to make sure that armies wouldn't be completely annihilated and you wouldn't have to ping pong, but still, this is just ridiculous because the armies will run away. They will run pretty damn fast. They are actually world-class sprinters, all of them. So yeah, we'll be ping-ponging back and forth now for a while, and we'll simply have to hope that it will work out somehow. So yeah, also this army will mostly be used for rebel hunting, I think. So rest will be used for sieging. I'll be hunting down their army and see if we can destroy it. Time to make peace with these guys. As you can see, we will be doing or tossing over something. Two provinces to Ming, along with I'll be taking these two myself. As you can see, it will actually not create that much aggressive expansion, but still, it seems like since I don't actually have a province in the area, it bases this from the closest province that I have. So basically, the fact that taking these two provinces would give me no aggressive expansion here is a massive It basically confuses everyone who uses this as a way to look at. Well, let me put it this way: the interface confuses everyone to believe that they get the right information, when in fact the information is extremely wrong. Because I can guaranteed now check any neighbor, Qing, whomever, and I will have tons of aggressive expansion. 92, 84, Ming even, nothing on Ming though. But yeah, I got a little bit of aggressive expansion in the area, far more than I was told I would get, so that's not surprising really. But even so, it's annoying that it doesn't show the right amount. It should show based on the province you take, not on the basis of the provinces that are in the area. But with Swahili leaving now, we will most likely go for another war against them. I have fabricated a couple of claims, so I do have claims to their territory. The only problem right now is manpower, so I'll be using a little bit, or being a little bit peaceful for a while, allowing it to replenish, and then we will be going once again after whomever we deem worthy. But apparently I could sell that one as well at once, so that's good. So we'll most likely keep on going in the same pattern, taking two provinces, handing it over to Ming, and then allow them to take the entirety of Qing as well. And once we actually have integrated them, we will be aiming to colonize the coast here before Muscovy actually gets there, and then we can start moving westwards on this part as well. But for now, we need to. I think Robaman is a little bit. Binagar is still in the coalition against me, but at this stage it's just the Mamluks. It's not anyone important. The Mamluks are small, and other than that, we are basically set for gains here. So we'll be moving now against these guys, I think. But I'll have to wait until the next episode because we are unfortunately out of time, and I will have to end this there. But we have been making progress. Ming has been growing pretty well, and we'll still keep on growing it. Next time you can expect a war against the Horde, probably another war against Qing. Shan and Shao are of course targets, and if they drag in anyone here, I will try to sell a province to Khmer, and if not, I'll simply have to sell it back. But I can afford a little bit of aggressive expansion in this area because colonization aren't really that, how can you put it, that regular here. It's worse in Europe, so I should potentially have started there ages ago, but we'll have to consider it. And by consider it, I mean go after Galicia, but I'm pretty sure Castile will kick my ass and kill me off if I do that. So once again, we'll see here. Have I gotten anywhere closer to vassalizing these guys? I'm pretty damn close. So we'll be improving the relations. We'll be trying to keep them happy and all that, and by doing so, we should be able to vassalize Algiers, and then we'll get the border we need to westernize ourselves. If we don't get it down south here before, which I usually have. So we'll see how it goes. Thank you for watching. Please leave a comment, praise, criticism, anything you feel like, and I'll see you around next time. Bye.